What's the saying? If there's a will, there's a how. Or
There's a what?
There's a will, there's a way.
There's a what?
There's a will, there's a way.
Huh?
That's
All right, well, I'm going to start this one off just with a little introduction. This is episode 53 of the Wonder Boys podcast, and I'm joined today
little mic smack
by an old friend and colleague of mine, Mantar Bhandal. You're a musician, you're a broadcaster, you're many things, sir, and now you're a podcaster as well.
I'm honored.
Well, thanks for coming on.
Thanks a lot for having me. It's a bit of a reunion.
Oh, yeah, it is. I haven't seen you in a long time.
It's been a while. I think 2016.
It was your birthday of last year.
April. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
it was your birthday
July
of
last year.
I went to your birthday.
The movie.
And then, yeah, you went to Merritt. You disappeared. You went
Completely
interior.
fell off the face of the planet.
You went to... When exactly did you go to Merritt?
I moved, I think July 11th was my first day in Merritt.
July 11th.
Yeah, so shortly after my birthday. My birthday's July 3rd.
Right, I remember you said like, oh, next week I'm going. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I was so confused.
Yeah, it was crazy. It's funny, like the job, it wasn't even posted on Milkman, which is what broadcasters use for jobs.
Yeah.
And, well, it was going to be posted there, but one of our colleagues, Brian Wee, messaged me. He's like the spider when it comes to...
He knows things that no one else knows.
Yeah, exactly.
It's weird.
He's got like this... He's just, an information wizard, and he's like, hey, this job opened up in Merritt, play-by-play and broadcasting. I'm like, perfect. So I applied for it. I actually didn't get the job originally.
Really?
Yeah, I
didn't know that.
I did 3 interviews, 2 with Corey Fisher, the program director, 1 with Jamie Ballum, who's the news and sports director.
Yeah.
And then I got a call back the next day, like, hey man, we went with someone else. You were our other choice. We're sorry. I'm like, oh man,
that sucks.
Pretty bummed out about it. And the next day I got a phone call again from Corey. Hey, did you accept any other jobs or anything? I'm like, nope. I mean, and nothing changes really in one day. But he's like, well, our guy got cold feet, doesn't want to do it anymore.
Wow.
Are you interested? I was like, yeah.
Heck to the yes.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, that's
and
so cool.
Yeah, I came back up there and it was crazy.
Dude, that's cool because like I've gotten those calls before where like, yeah, we went in a different direction. Like, ugh.
It's one of the worst feelings, man.
You did 3 interviews. You're like, I got this. I'm the guy. No one else has got this job but me.
They straight up told me, like, if we don't go with you, it's not that you weren't good enough.
Oh, that's perfect.
They told me that. So I was like, that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, there's no way I'm not going to get this job.
Yeah, you're like, I'm in.
Yeah.
There's no question. Yeah, I know Corey because Corey and I, we spent 2 years together at BCIT. We went to school together. And
dish it like the fish.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
We never used that one. We did call him the fish, though. I'm going to have to tag him on Facebook later with this episode because we're talking about him. But yeah, we always, like, I would say out of probably our entire class, him and, Sean Ackline's also working in Revelstoke now full time. I was like, I'd say those 2 guys are probably the best.
Corey's got that deep,
he's got the classic radio voice.
Molasses,
he's got the
nice voice.
Like I was a little jealous. Like people used to say, like, "Oh, Tim, you got a deep voice. You should do radio." I was like, "Yes, I should." So I started doing it.
Yeah,
but Corey had the radio voice.
Yeah, he does.
Like,
it's super smooth. It just like fills up the speakers. It's warm.
It does. And he had a podcast which he stopped doing, and I'm sad because now I'm in the podcast realm.
Kind of tables.
And I want to like, I don't know if we ever get phone capability. I'm going to phone Corey and I'm going to have him on the podcast.
Yeah, man. We'll call Corey together.
Yeah.
We'll get a conference call.
We'll get a conference call.
Hey, Corey, this is Tim and Mantar.
Mantar, we're here to just checking in. But you went to Merritt. You've never lived anywhere besides the Lower Mainland before you moved to Merritt?
Yeah, that's correct. Like I've traveled with my parents for like weddings and stuff, but outside of that, I've never lived anywhere else.
Yeah, so like when winter came around... things started to change a little bit.
It was pretty wild. Well, when I moved there in the summer, it was like 40 degrees, so it was super hot.
Nice and hot.
Yeah. I don't like the summer heat much because for me, I have a lot of body hair. It doesn't work well.
Yeah.
And so sweating a lot. And then, wintertime came. The exact opposite. Minus 40.
Oh, I know. Jeez.
And it didn't snow that much. So luckily, I didn't have to worry about the snow too much. Like it did snow. And the snow would stick around forever, but it wasn't like...
It's dry snow, though.
It was dry snow, and it was only like a foot. Mm-hmm. So it was totally manageable.
That's good.
And, I could still walk around with my Vans or whatever, and it'd be totally fine. Yeah. I didn't have a car. I walk around everywhere.
Well, I mean, Merritt's a fairly small town. You can probably get around...
Yeah, so if you live in the downtown area, there's different areas of Merritt. There's the downtown area on the bench. The bench is on this massive hill.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the nice part of Merritt. That's where like a lot of the tourist attractions are. Downtown is kind of where the radio station was, the gym was, a bunch of grocery stores, and where I lived. So, the gym was about 25 minutes. Work, Q101 was like 10 minutes away.
Nice.
Grocery store was like 15 minutes.
Oh, that's good.
So within walking distance.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for you personally, you lived in Regina.
Yeah, well, I know the struggle.
You know?
That's why I wanted to bring it up, because I was like, it kind of opens your eyes a little bit to the rest of the country, because you're like, oh, I'm in the lower mainland. Winters are kind of cold here. We get like one time we got to -10.
Yeah.
We're like, it's a daily occurrence to get to -30, -35, -40, -50 in places like Merritt or Saskatchewan or, you know, anywhere else besides the lower mainland, basically.
And you feel alive. Like I'd be walking around. Like my first experience, I think it was -30. I was walking around with 2 pairs of pants on.
Yeah.
And I'm walking and I'm like, man, I'm like fighting to get to where I'm trying to get right now. Like I feel alive.
Well, I remember one particular memory I have for the cold was I'd wear long johns under my pants, and then I'd wear my pair of pants. And I'd walked to a hockey game, just the local WHL team. We went to go watch a game.
Was that Regina Pats?
The Regina Pats.
Yeah.
Dude, I still got a little banner. I got a little flag.
They're pretty big over there, man.
I love that team.
It's like an NHL team in Regina.
Yeah, they're like, the fans are the best. They make you they infect you with like their enthusiasm. And so we went to this game with some coworkers, because we broadcast the games on our station, so we got free tickets. I was like, yes, awesome.
All right.
I will go for free tickets. And we're walking back from the game after the game, and there's a railroad crossing between the stadium and where I was living, so I have to walk across the railroad. But a train comes at just that right moment.
Yeah.
And of course, it's dead of winter. It's like -30 outside,
and you're standing.
We're all standing there waiting for this huge train to go by. And
like
we had
200, 300 cars.
So long. Yeah. It was so long, and we actually had to huddle together for warmth. We were like in a little circle, like waiting for this train, because like we couldn't move. We were just waiting for the train. It was like, And that's like
that's the worst part about it, is when you're still.
Yeah.
Because when I was walking, the cold never really was a factor.
Yeah, you're fine.
Because you're walking, your blood's going, right? For me, like the worst was when I was actually calling the games in Merritt, because the booth in the rink was not insulated.
What?
And it was like mere feet away from the exterior roof of the building. And so, you know, you're standing there and there's like maybe like a couple sheets of plywood and then the outside frigid air. And there's like ventilation, so air can come in, air can go out. I'm up there. It's like maybe -40 outside. It's like -15, -20 in the booth.
Oh my God.
And you're sitting, right? And so like,
Yeah.
and here come the Centennials the other way.
Oh God!
And you're just like, your teeth are chattering, and like, I got all this retro analog gear. I'm like, how's this stuff still working? It's like -20 up here.
You hop onto the PA. If anyone down there can bring me a cup of coffee, I'd really appreciate it.
And then towards the end of the season, someone brought a space heater up, and I don't know why I never thought of that before.
Wow, yeah.
But that space heater was a game changer.
Oh, perfect. Well, you said like, you were calling games. You're not just a broadcaster. You're a hockey broadcaster. So you're not just the radio guy. You're the play-by-play guy, which is like, I've spoken to a lot of people, both in and outside of broadcasting, who are like, yes, hockey is what I want to do. And you've actually done it. And now you're doing it even more, because one of the things that prompted me to contact you was you got hired at Hockey Night in Punjabi, which is fucking awesome.
It's amazing, man.
It's so cool.
It's just a dream come true, to be honest. Like I remember when I was 10 years old, I started watching hockey. My dad introduced me to watching Canucks games, and at that time they had like Dan Kluche and Nat, like the West Coast Express, and I think they missed the playoffs there. But anyways, I was like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I wanna play hockey as a goalie, and I want to call hockey games. And like from 10 years old, my dream was to be on TV calling hockey.
No.
11 years later, I've made it. It's
That's
amazing.
Fucking so cool.
It's amazing, man.
Like I met one fella. I was auditing a school like a few months ago. I was looking at doing some classes, and this guy I was talking to, he's like, "Oh, you were in broadcasting?" I was like, "Yeah, I did radio for a while." He says, "My son wants to be a hockey broadcaster." I said, "Oh," and I kind of had this little drop in my voice, because I know how competitive it is.
It's pretty competitive.
It's insanely competitive, and like to have. I mean, you worked for the Merritt Centennials. Is that the name of the team? Okay, the Merritt Centennials. You were their play-by-play guy for
1 season.
For 1 season, and now like you're in the big show almost. Like,
it's insane. Like my journey has been crazy. So 2 years of doing junior B when I was in BCIT at this team in North Vancouver.
Yeah.
So the PJHL, which is common for guys that go to BCHL to get a PJHL job, because most grads do that.
You start there and then work your way up.
Work your way up. Exactly. So I did 2 years there. So Jats junior B hockey. And then, so the way it goes, they go junior B, junior A, major junior, which is the Regina Pats.
Yeah.
And then the pros.
And then,
so I went from junior B, 2 years of that, to junior A for 1 year. Then
you've just
the pros,
catapulted straight into
like that.
Can you like kind of I haven't obviously I mean I don't watch Hockey Night in Punjabi because I can't understand what you guys are saying.
No problem.
I do watch Hockey Night in Canada though. Can you kind of compare what you do to maybe someone on Hockey Night in Canada?
It's pretty much the same thing. It's literally if anything, that the audiences are a little different.
Yeah.
Like, in the North American version, it's a lot of hockey fans, a lot of passionate fans that care about not just the players, but the stats, the analytics. Whereas like the Punjabi community is more about the spectacle and the entertainment.
Yeah.
So it's like, I do two roles. I'm an analyst and a play-by-play commentator.
Awesome.
So I've done 2 shows so far as an analyst. I'm sitting on the desk, pre-game shows, intermissions, post-game show.
Cool.
And basically you're trying to use like more energy. You're almost like working for an entertainment show. So it's like you're kind of being entertaining and giving like, instead of being like, oh, this guy's got 5 goals, 7 assists, you're like, this guy is one hell of a player. He brings the guys to the game, like that kind of thing, right? So that's kind of, the audiences are a little different. Other than that, the format's the exact same. Pre-game show, then the call, then the intermission, another call, intermission, call, post-game show. We do like features in the community. The only thing that's different is we don't have after hours. That's the only thing.
The thing that I have watched is a couple features, because there's one of your coworkers. I worked with her before. I worked with Merritt Gill before, and she's posted a few profiles that she's done, for example, on like community leaders, like members of the Punjabi community who like have played hockey their whole lives but are now like coaching, or they're doing something to help other like younger Punjabi kids get into the world of hockey. And I was like, oh, this is cool. Even though I don't speak the language, I'm looking at the pictures, I'm watching like the images, because I'm interested to see what she's doing, because obviously I know her, and I'm like, I'm curious to see what everybody I know is what they're doing with their lives.
Well, the cool thing about that is it's like it's even though it's Punjabi, it's still Canadian, right? Like
and there's people like
the Canadian story. Right?
Yeah.
It's a typical Canadian story. Kid,
awesome.
From Canada playing hockey as a kid, right? And like you said, like there's all these people that played hockey and now are coaching and whatnot, and that's kind of what the show. This is the 10th season, and so the first 10 years was kind of like the spectacle, kind of novel, right? Like, oh, it's something new. It's it's hockey in Canada, but in Punjabi. Okay, cool. Now it's like the focus for the next 10 years is to show that not only are we hockey people, we're not just a spectacle or not a spectacle, but like a novelty. But it's like what are we doing in the community? What's the Punjabi community doing in hockey, right?
Exactly.
Like that's kind of so the goal with that. It's like Amrit's pretty involved in that, right? Like getting stories and whatnot. So it's cool. It's kind of a because if you want to grow, you can't stay with one message the entire time, right? You have to
got to mix things up.
You have to grow, right? So the show's growing.
Yeah.
So the numbers are growing every single year. I don't know what the numbers are, but like this is the first year that they're doing full coverage of both games.
Wow.
Because last season and the couple years before, it was just pre-game show, calling the play, and then no intermissions. It would just be the North American feed for the intermissions.
Really?
And then I think they had a post-game show. This is the first year they've done the full thing: pre-game, intermissions, post-game, as well as the call. So it's cool. It's growing, and it's just I'm just honored to be part of it.
Like last year, and I think almost every Canadian heard this, was the Benino call from Hockey Night in Punjabi. It is one of the best goal calls of all season last year.
It was amazing.
When Nick Benito scores, and all you hear is Benino, 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 Benino. And I'm like, yeah!
That was amazing, man.
That thing got shared everywhere.
Yeah.
And it must have blown up just in the Punjabi community, as well as obviously all across Canada.
100%. And what was cool was Harn Ryan Singh was the guy that made that call.
Yeah.
So with him, there were 2 guys, Harpreet Pender and then Bhupinder Hundal.
Yeah.
The 3 of them got invited to the Stanley Cup parade.
Yeah, I
Pittsburgh.
heard. I saw them in
the first time they won the cup in 2016.
Yeah.
And so they were part of the Stanley Cup parade. They're part of the float, and they got Harn Ryan to go on the stage and in front of like thousands of millions of people go Bonino, 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 Bonino
in Pittsburgh.
At the cup parade.
So cool. So like people in Pittsburgh even heard it, which is like that's amazing.
Even though it's a whole different language, it's still an amazing goal call, and it's just it's spectacular. It's a spectacle.
And
people
it's this thing that people share, this love for hockey, that is like, you don't need a language to understand that.
It's like soccer. Like you hear like these Spanish goal guys like goal for like 10 minutes, right?
It's way better than like you watch the Whitecaps and like, oh, goal. And it's like, no, I want to hear the Mexican guys screaming.
Goal, 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 goal. Yeah.
I always felt like I never got to play hockey when I was younger, because I came to Canada when I was 11. So I was on the cusp. I could have started playing.
I did not know that. Where were you before?
I was born in South Africa, and I lived there for 11 years.
That's pretty cool.
That's not something I bring up a lot.
Because you don't have an accent. I would have never guessed.
Yeah, my brother and I we definitely phased it out. Like there are some people who like you can hear a hint, but he and I, we kind of like actively phased it out.
I guess you were young enough where you could phase it out. Because if you were like 20 when you moved back, you'd always have the accent.
It would be the same. Because my dad's from England. He's still got the English accent. My mom's Dutch, but she has somewhat of an English accent because she lived in England and South Africa so long. And
That's so cool.
but I think because we were younger, we would always like we would be talking to other kids, and they would be like, "What was that word that you said?" So we'd have to kind of almost Canadianize it.
Yeah,
if that
yeah.
makes sense. I'm trying to think of maybe an example.
Well, it's like you meet people from around the world. It's like, for example, England, trousers is underwear.
Trousers, yeah.
Right?
Or
or is trousers pants or is trousers
pants?
Pants, my bad.
Trousers pants. A jersey isn't like a
I think it's a
sports
shirt.
jersey. It's a sweater.
A sweater.
Like what I'm wearing right now.
Yeah.
That's a jersey. Or
And then crisps or chips.
Yeah. Or even like the most minor thing,
wafers
like
or cookies.
Aluminium.
Aluminium as opposed to aluminum.
Is aluminum. Like that's like a tiny difference.
Yeah.
There's a few things that are like slightly different that people like when
and I've kind of found myself kind of going international when I talk sometimes because like I met all these people that are from different parts of the world.
Yeah, you
it's
hear
like,
things.
With British,
right?
it's like they end a sentence right.
Mm.
You want to go to the mall, yeah?
Yeah.
They talk like that, right? So sometimes when I'm
You're
messaging
like a parrot
people,
almost, like you just absorb.
Yeah. You kind of wear these different hats from all these different places, right?
Well, that's funny because there's a couple guys I know who. They have some relatives in New Zealand, and one guy who actually went to New Zealand. Kiwis. And he went to New Zealand for I want to say 6 to like 8 months. It was a long time.
Yeah.
But he came back with he kept saying the saying that they have down there. It's sweet as, which is like I don't know sweet as something but it's like their word for cool. Like sweet as. Oh, cool. Okay, I'll see you later.
Sounds like they say sweet ass.
I know.
Like,
I know.
You're complimenting my butt. All right.
The first couple times he said it, and I was like, "I'm sorry, what? Could you say it again?" He's like, "Oh, it's a saying down in New Zealand." I was like, "Oh, that's cool." But like each region has their own little thing. Like how I noticed, like Canadians, like we use the word bud. Like, hey, bud.
Yeah.
We use that way too much.
A lot.
Like a lot.
Or even open up some buds.
Yeah,
we'll
have some buds, and then we'll hang out with the buds. Okay, bud. And I was like, what?
You just use bud in 3 different contexts in the same sentence.
But you knew what I meant.
Yeah.
You knew what I meant.
You knew what I meant. Yeah.
With context. Since I grew up in South Africa, I never got to play hockey.
Yeah.
And like I came over here and I was like, I didn't really have that urge right away. And I was like 14 or 15. So it was like 4 or 5 years later, I was like, man, I really wish I'd gotten into hockey. But at that point, most of the guys my age were already like really good. Mm-hmm. If I were to start playing, I'd be shit.
Yeah,
I would
not very good.
I would be really bad. Like I can skate now, but not very well.
Okay, that's okay.
Like I can skate and recreationally, let's say, but I cannot play hockey.
No, that's all good.
So like I'm relegated to spectatorship, which is fine with me. But it's like even though I'm an immigrant, quote unquote immigrant, white guy immigrant. No one believes those guys. I still feel it's like this love for hockey. Because it's like it's all around you, you can't help it, and like,
it's the sport of Canada, right?
It's amazing.
You could say I guess lacrosse is the official sport, but Canada is like hockey.
Yeah,
you think of Canada, you think of hockey, right?
Oh, big time.
Yeah, and it's just like it's a place where people can come together, right? Mm-hmm. Like sport in general, right?
Yeah,
people from different backgrounds just come together.
Have you ever been to one of those? Are they craft hockeyvilles? Is that what they're called?
It's like they do like 2 different things. They do like hometown hockeys when they have like they go across the nation and do like broadcasts out of places.
Yeah.
And then craft hockeyville, it's like they nominate communities across the province or across the nation, and whatever community gets chosen gets like a $500,000 renovation, like facelift and whatnot.
That's cool.
So Merritt. Last year, actually, we tried to go pretty hard to like apply for craft hockey and get nominated.
And to get,
but people in Merritt, like it takes them a long time to get behind something,
right?
And
as
it takes
a community,
them a long time to just kind of like do anything. So it's like, for example, during the playoffs, we tried to get like fan buses going.
Yeah,
we knew people wanted to go, but it's like they would just wait till like the last minute to say they were going to go. Yeah,
that sucks.
Yeah, and so it was just tough. Like we couldn't get much support, right? Because it's like okay, fair enough. Like people in Merritt. Yeah. Like they're enthusiastic, but they're not like
they don't want to be the first one to be like, yes, I will do this.
Yeah. It's like a different type of energy, I guess.
Well, there's like this reluctancy. There's this one thing when I just met up with you earlier. I pointed out that car that was like had its window wipers up.
Oh.
Okay, so I parked up in this parking lot when I was meeting Mantar, and there's this car where the wipers were going back and forth, but they were lifted up. Like, when you wash your window, you lift them up. They were lifted up, but they were still going. And there's no one in the car. And I'm like, is he like leaning back? Is he taking a nap? Like, what is happening? I go up to the car, and there's no one in it. The wipers are going. The door's unlocked. I open the door. Door's unlocked. I didn't check to see if the keys were in there. I think they probably were, because otherwise the wipers wouldn't be working. And I switched the wipers off because it's like, this guy's battery's going to die if I don't turn these off. But like, It was like a ghost car where
How
the wipers are still
unaware
going.
can someone be?
Yeah.
You know, like you lift your window wipers up and then, or maybe they were on and someone lifted them up. I don't know. But like, how can you be so unaware?
It was raining a lot this morning, but like, come on, turn off your wipers or at least take your keys out and lock your car, man.
Yeah.
I got into his car with no problem.
And he could have just driven off.
If I had worse intentions, I would have taken his car.
Yeah,
but,
and left the wipers on.
Left the wipers on. Park it up on the middle of the road, just leave the wipers.
Drain the batteries, keep the lights on.
Yeah. So that was a weird thing that happened to me today. One thing I always do, which I've forgotten to do, Mantar, and it's actually on our business cards. I don't know if I have one on me right now, but I always ask our guest how their week was.
As he reaches for the wallet.
As I reach for my business card. How was your week, Mantar?
Well, today's what, Tuesday?
Well, we'll just say, like, how's your last 7 days? 7 days? Because I'm recording this a little later than usual.
It's been pretty good. Like, Saturday I had my broadcast and I wore a new suit.
Oh, nice.
And that's actually one area of improvement I needed. My wardrobe was terrible.
Well, plus, like,
didn't have a need for
makes
suits,
you feel.
right?
It makes you feel.
Oh, totally.
Like $1 million.
Yeah, 100%. And for me, like, since I've been working out, like, my body's gotten better. So, like, I wore a suit for the first time with like some muscle, and I wore it. I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm filling the suit out, right?
Good.
Yeah, 100%. Like I got everything tailored, and I bought all these shirts. And when I went on Saturday, I had this dark blue suit with a light blue shirt and a blue tie, and it just everything like blended together nice. I had like these brown shoes on, and I looked good.
You look money.
And I was on the show. I felt confident. I was just killing it. And
do you have any like video clips of it or like a recording?
There's some on Facebook. There's some on Twitter.
I'm gonna look at those up and I'm gonna share the shit out of those.
Let's do it.
One other thing I want to ask you. We talked about your broadcast. We talked about the hockey. You're a musician, and like this is the thing. The way we met was I was looking for interns at this place I used to work, at this radio station I used to work. And so I sent to BCIT a request for interns. I got a few applications, I think about 6 or 7. But yours is, I think, the very first one. Definitely the best. I'm not afraid to say it now. Yours is the best application.
Thanks, man.
Because I don't work there anymore, so I don't have to be biased.
Yeah.
I can't be biased. And the one thing that stood out was like, I think under interest, you mentioned you're a metalhead. You love metal music. And then I was like, what? So I looked you up, and I looked. I think you had your website linked. And I looked at your website, and there was a picture of you without your turban, and you had your hair going.
Yeah,
and you were rocking out. And I was like, I need this guy. I need to work with this guy. It's amazing. Okay. But yeah, not only are you a broadcaster, not only are you a hockey guy, not are you a play-by-play analyst, all of this stuff, you're also a musician. You came in, you saw the drum kit I have downstairs, you rocked out for a good 2 minutes, and I was like, this is fucking awesome. And then we came up here. How'd that get started? How'd you get into metal? How'd you?
It's kind of a long story, really. Like as a kid, I loved Indian music. I loved singing.
Yeah.
Like I'd sing in the shower, sing in the car, sing in school. Like I just piss everyone off, right? Because I'd sing so much.
Well, there's something beautiful about Indian music with the singers. They're so good, man. Even I get a little bit like
a little bit of rhythm, right?
I get a little bit of the rhythm.
Yeah. And so my parents bought like me all these DVDs of music videos as a kid. And then as I got older, I kind of phased out of Indian music and I kind of gravitated towards like Linkin Park. And so when I was in like grade 6, grade 7, I was huge in Linkin Park, even into like grade 9, grade 10. And I'm in the huge Linkin Park phase, listened to just all their music. So obviously when Chester Bennington died, I was really affected by that.
Hard.
Rest in peace. But after Linkin Park, I kind of transitioned to bands like Rage Against the Machine, Breaking Benjamin. I went through this metal phase with Avenged Sevenfold and Slayer for a very long time.
Slayer.
Yeah. And then as far as like instruments goes, singing I just always did.
Yeah.
I'm not the best at singing, but it's just something I like to do, you know, in my free time.
Everyone's got that little
everyone
bit of a bug.
Everyone
got
sings.
that bug.
You know, like the shower, car, everyone does. I don't like doing karaoke. It's fun. And back in high school, I started playing drums.
Yeah.
And I had no clue what I was doing. Like I was in jazz band in high school.
Yeah.
I played saxophone. I played I played tenor saxophone and baritone sax. Played 2 different kinds of saxophones. And then there was this practice room inside of a band room where I had a friend of mine who would just jam out on the kit. And he was this really good drummer, and like he had solos, and I'm like, there's an octopus on our kit because like he's just hitting everything. And so I was like inspired, like I want to do that.
You want to be that guy.
So in like grade 10, I had a spare block in high school, and during my spare, I'd go into the band room and just go on the kit and like boom doom doom pss, doom doom, like just hit everything and just be nonsensical.
Work it out, yeah.
Yeah. And then slowly, I just watched a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of drummers, and like doing solos. I'm like, okay, so that white drum goes in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm like, okay, so the bass drum shouldn't be way over there. Okay, so I just learned all this stuff, and then I just started like, okay, okay, I'm getting the hang of this. Yeah. And then I started getting better and better and better. And I just listened to more. I'm self-taught for drums.
Yeah.
And then I was like, that's 2 bass drum thing looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
So like I took like another drum kit and like
double kick.
I like put 2 drum kits together and I had like 7 toms, like 2 bass drums, like 3 snares, and I was just like, this is awesome. And my band teacher's like, Mantar, I need you to stop coming inside, man. Like I'm like trying to work and you're just driving me crazy. I'm like, I'm sorry, man.
Jamming way too hard.
Yeah, exactly. And so that was kind of drums, and I love drums.
Yeah.
And whenever I'm sitting down, I'm always tapping my feet, tapping my hands, playing drums in my head. Guitar, I started playing actually in BCIT. So I think in 2015 in January, one day I was like, I'm just going to buy a guitar.
Yeah.
So I went down to like Long McQuaid on Terminal Ave in Vancouver by myself because everyone bailed on me. I was like,
hey,
well, like 5,
you followed through. That's
me.
all that matters, man.
I followed through, man.
Yeah,
I went inside, bought that guitar. It was like this $200 guitar. I still have it. I still play it a lot.
That's perfect.
It's my practice guitar. It's actually a really like easy guitar to play. So I write a lot of music with it. I don't record too much with it because it's not a very good guitar.
Right. That's fair.
Yeah, I started playing. I just awful, right? Like doo doo doo, like just terrible, right? I was like, I don't even know how to tune this thing. Like I'm just plucking strings, and like my fingers hurt. And then I just watched a lot of videos. Like, oh, okay, so that's how you play guitar. And like now I'm like decent where I can shred.
Yeah,
and do, cool things. And I started playing bass about like a month or 2 after I picked guitar. Bass is pretty simple.
Very
if you can play
similar.
guitar, you can play bass.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be a very limitedly simple bass player.
Yeah.
If you want to learn. Like I can't play with my fingers on bass.
Oh, so you
I use a pick. I use a pick. I want to learn fingers, but I'm just like lazy.
I think that's advanced bass player kind of thing.
Yeah, you can play bass better with your fingers than you can with a pick. But like I'm lazy. I just play with a pick. I play metal mostly is played with a pick, but like the best bass players use their fingers. But so that's kind of like a condensed version of a long story of how I kind of got into music. Metal, I don't know. I just like metal.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like even now, like I listen to metal, but I listen to a lot of top 40. I listen to a lot of pop. Like I listen to I'm just a fan.
You like good music
in general. Yeah.
You
I just appreciate a good song, right?
That's perfect. Like I mean, I did the drums thing at a similar age. I was about 14 or 15. I bought that drums set that you saw downstairs, and it was like I was working at McDonald's. So I was like, I'm gonna save up and I'm gonna buy a drum kit. Bought a drum kit. Started playing. I don't play as much as I used to, but I like once in a while I'll get on there and I'll just whack it. It's good fun. Just like create a beat or just to get things going, and like you burn some energy, and it's like, this is fucking.
It's a really
awesome.
fun way to burn energy.
It is. Like if you're like, oh, I don't want to go work out, buy a drum kit, just fucking whack. Drum kit. It's so much fun.
Piss off all your neighbors.
Really piss them off. Oh my god. Well, that's so fucking cool, man. Like. That was one of the coolest things about you when I first like read that profile or read your website when you applied to be an intern. I was like, I need this guy to be like, on my team. I need him on my team right now.
Well, it's fun. I mean, I learned a lot under your tutelage.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
I owe you a lot.
I am no longer in that field at all, which is it's funny.
Podcasting is kind of
it's kind of close. It's kind of, I edit these afterwards, so like I'm still in the same kind of. Do you still do anything like that? Anything like audio editing related?
Like producing wise, like
stuff?
kind of just in music. Like I have a bunch of mics at home, and I have a home studio.
Nice.
So
well, that's what I was going to bring up because what we're going to play at the end of this episode is one of the songs from your EP, which I got. I've still got a copy.
It's
in my car.
The CD.
It's in my car.
I gave you the CD, right?
Yeah, it's in my car, but I'll bring it up when I upload the podcast, and I'll rip
which
it
song are you going to play?
I don't know yet, man.
Okay.
There's 4 of them, right?
I think there's 5, and then
5.
I think I had this bonus edition. I don't know if I gave you the bonus one. I had like a 6.
I don't think I have the bonus one, man. No. I don't think I'm that privileged.
Like I had 6 tracks. Well, I had 5. And then I made it. I put it online. And there was like a 6th one. I'm like, oh my god! I literally just made the best track I've ever made, and I forgot to put it on the album.
I don't think I got that one then.
And so
I
haven't released it yet. Sure. I still haven't released it.
Okay.
But it's like I'm releasing plenty of music in the near future, and it'll be a song. The song will be.
Perfect. Well,
I might just give it to you now, and you can maybe play that.
Dude, we'll play that one then.
All right, let's
Can
play
I be
that
like
one.
the first outlet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Do that.
I've never had an exclusive
because it's
before.
actually the best song I've ever made.
Oh, that's perfect.
In that time frame, because I've just gotten way better ever since, like on every instrument.
Well, yeah.
But like at the time, that was something I was really proud of.
Oh, that's perfect. At the time, like that's what music's all about. At the time, you're at this level.
It's kind of like a measuring stick, right? Because I've come a long way since then, and I just like listening back, like, hey, like this is actually,
Yeah, I had some good ideas back then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
good idea, me. Well, dude, like this has been awesome. Like I'm so stoked. Like I'm literally on the edge of my seat right now. Like I'm having such a good time.
And I'm just on the recliner, just chilling out.
Yeah, you're chilling out really hard.
Yeah, you know.
Well, is there anything else you want to plug? Like, you want to plug Hockey Night in Punjabi? Do you want to
Sure,
plug your EP, your website?
Basically, my website's kind of dead right now. I don't really do a whole lot with it. I'm planning on completely revamping it.
Okay.
I do have the time. I'm just lazy.
Yeah, that's fair.
And yeah, you can go to mantarbhandal.ca, MANTARBHANDAL.ca, and I haven't really done too much with it just because I just haven't. I just haven't had the motivation.
Well, you've been busy with music, with work, with everything, right?
And music-wise, I do plan on doing a lot of covers on YouTube. I do have a Linkin Park cover out of Shadow of the Day, which is one of my favorite songs. I did that as a tribute to Chester, so you can catch me on YouTube, Mantar Bhandal. I do have a Facebook page, which doesn't have anything on it yet, but that's where I'll be posting everything. Every Saturday, there's a couple Saturdays I don't work, but on Omni, which is the TV the carrier that carries Hockey Night in Canada Punjabi, you can catch me either at 4 or 7.
Yeah. But
just follow Hockey Night in Canada Punjabi on Facebook, on Twitter.
You get some wicked highlights. I mean,
they do post the pregame shows and the segments. So if you didn't watch it, you can still catch it. I'm making my TV NHL play-by-play debut on October 21st, and I am just pumped about that.
Dude, I'm going to be tweeting about that all day.
7 o'clock. Now mark your calendars. October 21st, which is a Saturday. I'm doing Calgary-Minnesota game. I'm
going to have to record it because I am at work at that time.
Okay.
I definitely am at work, yes. So I will record it.
But it's going to be great. I mean, I'm just so thankful. Like Merritt and North Van. North Van's where I got my start. That's where I learned. Merritt really kind of crafted me into kind of who I am today. And working with you, even that month we were together, like I just learned a lot from you. And yeah, I've got a lot of people to thank, and I could go on, but it'd take me an hour to get through every one of my lists.
Oh man!
Just a big thanks to everyone that's obviously helped me out. And you know who you are. And yeah, life's just about growth, right? Like if you stay still, you're moving backwards because people are passing you, right? So you just continuously got to improve and move forward. So that's what I've always just taught myself. And wherever you go, just leave behind good impressions, right? You might not be the most talented person, but if you just leave behind good impressions and are generally like a positive person to work with, you'll have a chance. You'll get a shot, right?
Totally. Usually I make a stupid joke to end these, but that I can't do that. I can't follow that. Well, thanks again, Mantar. Find him on mantarbhandal.ca. We'll post all the links on our website.
Twitter at Mantar Bhandal. Yeah. You can add me on Facebook, but I don't know, just message me and I'll add you up or something.
Thanks, man.
Anytime, man.
Control these proper demons and die consumed. demons and don't consume.